everyone, James here from GAMAFLARE, your V8 fueled race engineer for the chaos ahead. Last week at COTA, this championship exploded into another level. Blind crests, brutal braking zones, and drivers forcing moves into corners barely wide enough for two. After Long Beach, the field arrived aggressively, and COTA punished every mistake. That wasn't racing, that was survival at full throttle. Michael Gunstone's heavy crash triggered the opening safety car, instantly changing the race. Jensen Bade and Fraser Clegg rolled the dice with the early double-stop strategy, turning the event into a tactical battle as much as a driving one. The restart was relentless, drivers attacking every braking zone, trading positions corner after corner, while 600 horsepower echoed across the Texas circuit. Ryan Jones suffered heartbreak twice, first finding the fence in battle, then spinning again late while pushing for one final move. But at the front, Zach Rattray White never lost control. Calm, precise, relentless, securing a statement victory ahead of Rayhan Leonarge and Jensen Bade. Now the championship heads to Fuji International Speedway, a 2.835 mile circuit where commitment matters just as much as speed. 16 technical corners, massive straights, and braking zones that punish hesitation instantly. We hand things over to Matchfit Entertainment, where Davo and J-Man are ready to bring every battle and strategy call to life from the commentary box. Because at Fuji, pressure creates mistakes, and mistakes change championships.
Yes, thank you, James, for that little sneaky intro and a bit of a wrap-up of last week. And welcome, viewers, to a Tuesday night at Matchfit Entertainment. That means you are tuned in and ready to, sit back and watch some supercars. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Tuesday night, Supercars NZ's Allports 2026 V8 Supercars Autumn Series proudly are brought to you by GAMAFLARE, obviously, Allports Motorsports, Matchfit Entertainment, bringing you the live coverage, also getting delivered to all our Sky 83 viewers as well. Welcome along. And our weekly sponsors are this week the legends from South Canterbury Removals. Big fans of the boys at Canterbury Removals. Not only Davo here, but J-Man as well, I suspect. How are you doing, J-Man?
Yeah, good evening, viewers. Evening, Davo. Welcome aboard to, obviously, the live YouTube subscribers. We hope you've subscribed. And also
yes.
Face TV, Sky 83. Welcome aboard what will be, one would think, hopefully a nice Saturday afternoon for you all there. Ready to buckle up and enjoy this one. As James mentioned, 4.5 kilometres of Fuji circuit, 16 turns, fantastic, historic piece of racetrack. That I think will be well suited to the V8 Supercars today. A lot of room for them to move around, and some pretty hot times as we get underway into the qualifying. We're already 4.5 minutes in, but we just just got to reflect on that exciting round a week ago. It was pretty entertaining, a little bit of strategy, go and play back to the format again here today, where we
same again.
Get to see the boys go at it again and try and work out how they're going to do it. Now, for me, the circuit, so flowy after turn one, all the way down through Coca-Cola and 100R and then down to the hairpin. But it's the back sector of the circuit that gets technical here. It's blind, it's off camber. It's incredibly tricky to lay down all 640 plus horsepower in these cars, and then they get a minute to take a drink and have a think about things as they come down the front straight, which is incredibly long.
Incredibly long.
Break as late as they dare, Davo. So qualifying format tonight, obviously the 1 out lap and 2 flying laps to get this done, and we can see a few of the cars have already completed that. The likes of Rattray White up there on the top on a 7.5, so that's a 1:37.5, plays Will Brown's 37.8. It's a sharp time from William Brown over Rayhan Leonarge at the moment. Jensen Bade in there with a good time as well, 38.3. Dutchy in there, a couple of the early runners. We've still got Mackenzie, Callahan, Antoon, Fitz out there, Ryan Jones, Stone Street. Still plenty, but looking like a lot of them getting it done pretty early. 15-minute in the bank here for the session, and we are just past 6 minutes of that session. So this one will be pretty action-packed, and like I said, a great opportunity for the supercar to really unleash some of the horsepower here.
Yeah, definitely, J-Man. Big fan of Fuji. Plenty of space for these guys, like you mentioned, in a straight line to sort of unleash like the sheer brute power of these cars. But look, there's very, very wide track Fuji Speedway is, and so it sort of, look, it just delivers some good side-by-side stuff. The guys have got a bit of room to move, some varying lines here and there, and yeah, we quite often see some side-by-side action at Fuji, which is awesome, and that's what we are here for, is plenty of action. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Like J-Man just mentioned, we are back to, I think we've got a couple of the long format races in a row here. I think this being the second one. So 55 minutes, a couple of compulsory pit stops, just to keep the guys thinking. We are a little over halfway now, or just coming up to halfway through the qualifying session, J-Man, and like you mentioned as well, some, you know, there's some good solid times out there so far. Still a couple of guys out on track, though.
Yeah, there are Antunes in there at the moment on a 45-4, which might have been his out one, but he is just about to cross the line as well. See if he can make an improvement. He has got 2 personal bests, make that third sector. There he goes. And what does that? 45.4. Okay, sees him 11th on the grid, but yeah, intermittently, Stone Street. Where is Troy? He's about to cross the line. Does he improve in there on a 7-8? An 8-7, sorry. No, that was a 9-5, so no improvement there. But, yeah, look, I think based on what we're saying, William Brown been racing incredibly well at the moment. Good to see him provisionally get a front row start on this one, and we know that Rehan can really shadow Rattray White at the start of these things. We saw it a week ago, and try and go with him, and then Rattray White just has the ability to just edge out a 10th here and there, and it's not a shoo-in, but he's certainly showing the boys that he's got the consistent pace. As we just see, who was that? Was that Blake Fitz just posting another time? So gets that done, and is that it? No, he's looking like that was one of 2. He goes in there with an 8-8 to go P10. Not hard to miss that car, Davo, the 686, the neon car. Now Ryan Jones just banked a very, very good lap, a 38-1 to go P4. So she's the front row provisionally with Rehan.
Yeah, we just had cameras on Jones as he ran across the line there, J-Man, and you're right. Fitzy's car, not hard to miss. He's got the full high-vis going on there, except for around the back, you know. So, but nice work. Who else we still got on our...
Russell Pepperell now. Yep, sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Pepperell across the line. We've got Clegg right behind him. And that is Edgar coming across in one of the other CSR cars.
Yeah, Shane Edgar with a good result last week. Certainly made up plenty of positions. Davo, he certainly had a lot of passing under his belt last week. So good to see Shane out there. And another one of the South Canterbury beautifully presented cars himself, and obviously Michael Gunstone, I think it is.
Yes, definitely. And yes, in the comments there, mine, you don't. Never mind. I don't know. Yes, very, very much a smaller grid tonight than we had last week. We sort of wondered why we didn't get too many at the street circuit the week before. We, you know, maybe it was just a Long Beach thing. But, yeah, Fuji. Who wouldn't want to race at Fuji? As we just see right now, Ryan Jones sneaking into the pit lane. J-Man, thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. Short field or not, mind you don't. I'm sure these guys are going to deliver an awesome race. Look, I think the boys at the top, it's going to be that nose to tail stuff, isn't it, J-Man, that we are getting used to with these guys. They literally sit nose to tail for quite a long period at the beginning of the race.
Yeah.
And just pace themselves, don't they? And then it just comes down to the strategy, because these guys are quick. This is one of the top leagues in the country, and the competition is fierce, J-Man.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. And I mean, you look at the margins there, obviously, Retro White, Zach laying down a really, really nice marker of 7.5 to be just, just under 3.5 tenths ahead of Brown. And then only just over a tenth and a half away from Rayhan. Rayhan from Brown. Jones another tenth and a bit. I mean, you just know how tight the top.
Oh yeah.
Well, the top 10 are going to be based on what we're seeing. They're just, it's a brake marker miss here, or maybe a slightly snaggy shift here, and that could be the difference in those times. So, guys do a fantastic job every week, and all the usual suspects. Once again, up the top, I mean, names very, very familiar to us at the pointy end.
For sure.
Also, there'll be lots of movers and shakers. I mean, I expect Fitz from 13th to make his way forward. He races incredibly well.
Just get off the roof of Cleve's
It's just
car.
watching that.
I thought he was just trying to chase a little bit of draft off the back of Edgar there as he got across the line there. I don't know how that was going for him. Either way, he continues on. I think he's doing a bit of a pit stop there now. Practice pit stop at Edgar across the line. J-Man, I suspect that is... Yes, it is. That is the last car out on track at the moment. Boy, what do we got? How many more minutes? About a minute and a half left to go. In qualifying, Edgar continues on, probably just to circulate around and come in for a practice pit stop. But what we are going to do is just bring up the points quickly, J-Man. Do you have that in front of you now, my friend?
No, I do not. But if you provide it on the screen, I'll talk about it. There it is. So Zach Retro White, 955 points, leads the championship over Rayhan Leonage. If I'm correct, that's actually 835 over Darren Lobb, 738. As you can see there, Ryan Jones with a good championship run so far over William Brown. Jensen Bade, consummate performer as well there in 6th. Russell Pepperell, Blake Fitz, Michael Gunster and Fraser Clegg for the 10. And I tell you what, when you look at the list on the totem after qualifying, it's very, very familiar.
It is a little. And we were talking about just the calendar and just for the previous weeks too, mind you. So we had some short numbers at Long Beach. To be expected, really. If I had a choice, I wouldn't be going to Long Beach. But at Coda, we did have some reasonable numbers, and the racing was fierce, as James quite rightly pointed out in our intro. So thank you again, James. Fuji International. Oh man, I'd sign up for this all day, J-Man. But I think we're down to about 19 for tonight. Nothing wrong with that, I tell you, around Fuji. 19 V8 supercars is going to be freaking awesome. What else is going on other than what you are watching tonight is this sort of stuff. Maybe if you're interested in some Porsche Cup action, ladies and gentlemen, or viewers, or other iRacers that aren't out on track tonight, get amongst
Big
this.
series.
Mate, look, talk about numbers. How many, can you remember how many on track.
46 on track last week. And look, I don't think that's going to decrease. I think if anything, based on what the racing was last week, we could maybe potentially see a couple more sign-ups. The racing was spectacular. They are a fantastic bit of equipment, and it attracted some very, very talented sim racers right throughout the field. And it was, yeah, as a broadcaster, it was super entertaining once again. I think the collaboration between Supercars NZ and the partners GAMAFLARE and ourselves included going along for the ride there, I think that one shapes up to be a nice little interim series there that could boast a big future there. So looking forward once again tomorrow night to call that one. Relatively quiet at the moment. Matchfit a little bit off season for some of our other programs. However, they're not too far away from recommencing, but just a couple of nights this week.
Yeah, a couple of nights this week. Obviously tonight with the V8 Supercars and tomorrow night with the Porsche Cup. J-Man, and last week with 40 plus drivers was an absolute spectacle. And if you too want to get involved, just scan that QR code, get over to Supercars NZ and sign up for that. And while you are there, get your phone out and scan that code there, because this too is on offer in collaboration with of course, Supercars NZ, GAMAFLARE and Matchfit Entertainment. Obviously, SimBlacks and Mozza on board with that giveaway there. But all you got to do, scan that QR code there and sign up, free sign up for that. There is some terms and conditions around it, but sign up for that, and you too could win that bit of kit there and be racing, you know, V8 Supercar or maybe a Porsche Cup car at Supercars NZ in the next season. So definitely get involved there, ladies and gentlemen. J-Man, I think they're populating the grid, and we probably should get back to what's going on track.
For sure.
Have a look here. They are definitely starting to grid up here. And you can see clearly there on the totem, Zach Ratway Wright and William Brown, J-Man, sharing the front row. Rian and Ryan sharing the second row. Russell Pepperell, Jensen Bade, two formidable competitors, and a good rivalry between those two in 15-6 on the next row. Andrew Dutch, Michael Gunstone sharing the next, and then we have Scott McKenzie, Robbie Bradbury actually rounding out the top 10 there in qualifying as well. Nice work to him. Stone Street, Banks, Fitz, Callahan, Clegg, Edgar, and Toon, and the like. Darren as well, I think, sneaking in there. J-Man, we are about to go green. I am pretty sure this is round 8. We are at Fuji. That I do know. For 55 minutes of action in V8 Supercars here tonight for the SCNZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series. J-Man, we're going green.
Green flag.
Yeah, boys, nicely dialed on the line lock, especially. Zach Ratcho White got that thing hooked, as well as Rehan with a good jump. Jones goes down to the inside to cover early. But, yeah, Will Brown making a nice little move there. We have Pepperell around.
Oh, and everybody's avoided him, but it looked like who went with him there? It might have been Mackenzie.
Mackenzie as well.
I don't think actually Mackenzie, there was no contact here. I think Mackenzie just pinched the rears, saw it happening in front of him. Oh, might have got a little bit of a sneaky shove there. But everybody pointing in the right direction at the end of it. And it is on J-Man right from the get-go. Big, wide track, plenty of room for these guys to play with. We saw them just there in that little replay, 3 wide into 1 straight away.
Yeah, no, it's a definite pressure down there, and race control already, the radio's lit up, so they'll unpack that, sort that one out. There's still, like I mentioned, Long way to go here, 55-minute race, 2 compulsory pit stops in this one, and very limited tyres available and very limited fuel in these things. They are sensitive, so they're going to have to manage this one. We saw some strategy a week ago, and I think we'll see it here again. And who will blink first? But the guys go out there at the moment, get this first lap under the belt. Zach Richo White has done a nice job to be nearly a second ahead as he crosses the line over William Brown. And Ray Hahn looking for an inside move. He looks like he's got good run, overlap there. I think Brown contested it too much.
I doubt. It didn't look like it, did it?
No.
He just let that play out. Yeah, definitely not much he was going to do about that. Here we go. Little quick sneaky replay. Just steps aside, round through. But look, it's a long game here. These boys will be playing a J-Man in this 55-minute race. A couple of compulsory pit stops here, so there's definitely plenty to play for in the strategy and mistakes also, viewers, to be made in these pit entry and exits, which these guys are going to have to navigate two of. So much is at stake here when they've got to stop these cars. If it's not stressful enough to race around at this sort of speed next to these lunatics, then they've got to navigate the pit lane as well. Brown staying on the back of Rian there, J-Man. Jones tucked in behind Bade. We've got Gunstone. And one of the SCR cars. That doesn't stand for South Canterbury Racing, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. That stands for South Canterbury Removals. This week's sponsor, Jensen Bate in the pits, J-Man.
Yeah, early stop.
Yep.
I just wonder whether that may have been, I didn't quite hear race control, but somebody certainly copped a penalty for that lap 1 incident, and it was Bade with a drive-through.
Okay, there you
so
go.
That really halters the program tonight. I know there's a few Bade supporters in the chat, and you guys are going to have to get really vocal to support your man tonight, because he's got a lot of work to do after having to transit that lane. And that does cost a fair old amount of time to try and work out what that's taken out of his race. It's taken about 33 and a half seconds.
Look, and not only Bade, but Pepperell as well, getting tangled up in that turn 1 incident, J-Man. So both the couple of speedy guys here relegated back down through the field, but as we unlike the 2-race format that we get, where they get to do the reverse grid stuff in the feature race, these guys have literally got to fight their way back through the field, don't they? And they've got to make it up on track or in the pits. So very different game here. This is not a race that you want to get pushed back on. So is Jensen now, J-Man? What have we got? What is the interval? No, not the intervals.
He's now around about, he's about 30, what is he's about? 33
yep. Seconds, yep.
Yep. And down 11 spots, so that's going to hurt. And interesting, that gap, just pressure cooker building. Sitting at about 1.4 seconds now. That's Retro White, Zach over Ray Hahn at the moment. William Brown looks pretty happy after letting, I think it was a little bit of an agreement there. He let Ray Hahn go down into turn 1. Ray Hahn definitely had the overlap. However, he's pretty happy to just tuck in there at the moment by the look of it. Ryan Jones is...
And Jones going
a safe distance.
Yeah, Jones is actually running with those boys, albeit a few car lengths back. Definitely running with these guys and holding his own early, very early in this race though, J-Man. So anything could happen. And yeah, he'll be monitoring the aggression levels. Brown v. Leonidas, I'll tell you. So, what going on there? Not too far back, Dutchy, Gunstone, Stone Street, and Bradbury.
Stone Street and Michael Gunstone. That's been a nice tight one. Just the last lap, I just saw that Gunstone just managed to get the car off of turn 16 nice enough not to be under threat down into turn 1. Here of a slightly better run this time from Stone Street. A little bit snaggy on the 5th, 6th gear change there. I just hurt him a little bit, but he is underneath the wing at the moment. Pulls out of the draft. He's going to send it from a long way back. Big down here on the brakes. Can he pull up?
Oh, he stopped it.
Fortunate that Michael Gunstone saw him.
Oh, look, and he only gave him just enough space there too, to be honest.
Yeah.
To make that happen. So nice work. Actually, we just had a couple of...
beautiful.
Oh, man, that's close. Let's get a view out of Bradbury's car here. Because he's got this bird's eye view.
He has got it locked in. Down on the hairpin now.
It's almost like he's just staying out of it a little bit. He's just like, I'm just going to hang back here. He's got to be careful. He doesn't become vulnerable to Banks.
There's another big stop down here at turn 10.
Stone Street's got this. Had to run off the corner. No threat there. These guys really pushing hard. So we got, I was going to say, we got a couple of long shots there from the camera boys in the camera booth there. About just at the beginning of the lap here. Literally the whole rest of the field is sitting behind Stone Street there, I think it is.
Here's a move.
So,
Antoon, I was looking at Stephen Banks looking for a move on Robbie.
He's having a crack.
Robbie Bradbury, and Antoon poked his nose in there and shut that down. But this is the pack. This is the battle pack. Obviously, Zach doing a nice job. 2.2 seconds over at Leonard. Another half a second back to Brown. But this pack here, Antoon, big under brakes. Going to look for an inside move here. The door closes. Can he pull it up?
Oh,
just.
That was close, J-Man. Good
tight racing here.
Antoon holds him to the inside here. And this tricky little corner here. Gets out of it, but he's already committed on the inside there. And look at Antoon. Look at the gain there he gets as they tip it into the right-hander. So a little bit of a power play there. And Edgar sitting right behind him there. Look at Edgar, side by side with Antoon now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Antoon even knew he was coming.
I don't think he did. I thought maybe Antoon picked that line wrong into the right-hander and just didn't have it set up on the exit. Had to get off the throttle because it put Edgar right up beside him.
Yeah, he needed to get the memo that Troy Stone Street sent on Michael Gunstone a lap earlier. You can run around the outside of 6.
Ooh, it's on.
Pit window's now open too, Davo.
And look at...
Just.
And Stone Street away. Stone Street's away here with the action going on in the background. Just look out of the back of Gunstone's car here. Oh, Gunston in the pits actually, but look at the train of cars. It literally is the rest of the field. That looks like Mackenzie just dipping off into the pit lane as well. I suspect, yes it is. So Gunstone and Mackenzie both in. Some early stops here. It's just that little bit of strategy we were talking about, and we can already see how close these guys are racing. Pretty much the whole field knows the stale there, J-Man. These stops will be critical, won't they, for position?
Absolutely. Yeah, and you know, smart play too. I think for Gunstone and Scotty McKenzie as well. You know, they've got 2 stops to make in this 55-minute race here tonight. The window does close 10 minutes early too. Just remember that one. It will be a factor later on for the guys that maybe want to alternate the strategy. But curious. William Brown going with Rehan here very much so. So part of the Phoenix Development Racing team. So good to see there. A lot of support inside that establishment. And
Yes.
going with Rehan. And Ryan Jones, like I said earlier, just in the watching brief, he's at that safe distance. Dutch not really making any inroads, but running a solid program here. You just don't know who's driving to a number, to a fuel number. Potentially, we know how sensitive these things are. I tell you what, Troy's Jones Street, since making that pass on Gunstone, and obviously Gunstone pitting, has really dropped the hammer. He just banked his fastest lap of a 140.0. So other things still going on. We've still got Edgar Antone, Stephen Banks, Robbie Bradbury, all still relatively in close contention. Russell Pepperell to the lane. He'll be ruining the start of this race, but plenty of time to make amends.
Yeah, well, he has, J-Man, really. He definitely does. Oh, and again, that is the Edgar car up beside Antone. Oh, he's tagged him. He's tagged him twice there.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. So I dare say the radio probably light up any second now.
Absolutely. So busy race so far, J-Man. A little bit of pit action, and well, there's been some overtakes here. That last one with Edgar probably a little bit more questionable, but the boys working hard at it. J-Man's got one ear on the Stuart Scoms. He says it's going off. It's been going off and on throughout the race so far. These guys are always very vocal. Live stewarding is such an awesome thing, isn't it, for these guys, J-Man, because they can really sort this stuff out pretty much in real time during the race.
Yeah, and look at the dynamics of this now. Fraser, Clegg, Blake, Fitz, Callahan, Edgar. This is a good little showing here. Obviously, Banks and Bradbury going at it as well. So starting to get some nice forming little battles going on.
Nose to tail, Fitz, Callahan and Edgar. So close to Callahan's car, Fitz. Yeah. Tricky little corner that begs you to just go a little bit deeper, that last corner here at Fuji. But it just drops away camber-wise. Is that Edgar? He's running in the pit lane. There he goes. He's in. And there goes Fitz. Look at him go. Down into one, he's got the inside. He's got this done.
He threw the parachute out. Oh, barely, but yeah, well constructed.
Got the Chevy stop there.
Yeah. And so Bade comes in with a mechanical. That thing is smoking. That thing is not a happy supercar. A lot of smoke billowing out the back.
Oh, no. The boys at it. It's in Callahan. Let's just have a bit of a look at this one. The boys just trading pain a little bit here and there. Where is that? So, nice work, nice work.
A great fight out the front too, obviously with William Brown and sorry, that's Ray Hahn and William Brown, because we have Racho White already made his stop. So looking at the times, Racho White with a 12.3, Gunston matched the 12.3, 10.8 on the jacks for Pepperell, 12.5 for Mackenzie, 15.2 for Edgar, and a 15.4 for Bade. The Bade one. Yeah, so obviously had to get that car in, wasn't happy, but he's actually made not bad out of that situation by the look of it. But yeah, no, really, really good performance at the moment from William Brown and Ray Hahn. And opting for, be interested to see where they come in here. Obviously, Racho White went in on lap 9. We are on lap 11. So slightly stronger, longer strategy here. Play for these guys. They're heavy over the curbs, Dave, aren't they, in the back sector?
Yeah, I think they need to be, don't they? Just to try and...
So who's that?
Open those corners up. That is
Fitz Callahan, is it?
Callahan and Fitz at it. And Fitz passed. That's been going on for a few laps. These boys have been trading paint for quite a few laps. It's coming up on my data. I've lost count how many times these guys have changed position over the last couple of laps. So very much enjoying their race here tonight, J-Man. That is for sure. Let's have a quick look. I know we're sort of halfway through the pit stops here, so not the ideal gauge on the gains and losses there, but Ratway Zach, should I say, is down 10 positions, but one of the pitted cars, as is Pepperell, as is Gunstone, Mackenzie, and the like, and Bade getting tangled up early, as did Pepperell. So all those boys down a few positions.
Yeah, I feel a momentum shift up the front here at the moment, Dave. I feel like the intent from William Brown at the moment on the back of Ray Hahn is maybe we're getting close to a pit stop here, because really just up the pressure stakes at the moment, especially towards the mid and back sector here. Really just the attitude, the RPM, the way that he's just really attacking this lap at the moment, and he's right on the back of Ray Hahn. I just sense that maybe this is an in-lap potentially for either one or both of these cars. It's just got a certain feel about it. No, play on.
Yeah, it is play on.
It's really in attack mode now as William Brown, and they've sort of driven a little bit away from Ryan Jones.
Yeah, Jones was actually staying with there's Stone Street in the background, actually ducking into the pits as well, like J-Man. But Jones stuck with those guys for a good 10 minutes or so, a good few laps.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of backed out. Even with these guys, well, they're not really going into combat as of yet, but even with these guys circulating so closely together, they're losing no time from it. Just doing their own thing. No threat from Brown over Rian. So Rian's just
movement in the pits too, Dave. Stone Street.
Oh, there you go. Stone
Banks,
Street.
Fitz, Callahan. So Q Russell Pepperell through after he's just come out. He's just going to tuck in nicely, I think, right behind Stone Street, and albeit on a really racy tyre because he's been out there. has Pepperell since lap 8. So obviously one of the early stoppers out there, and that thing will be well up to speed now. So pressure lap here for Russell Pepperell on Stone Street.
Yeah, and you look at, actually, we were just talking about gains and losses earlier, and look at Pepperell's now. He's only actually dropped a couple of positions from where he stands now, so he's done okay. That car was backwards in T1. Lap 1. So, still a job. Good fight back there, J-Man. Good lesson for those young fellas not to back down. And just get back up and just keep it cracking. You just don't know. You're just going to give it your best shot. So, awesome stuff. Will Brown, J-Man, on the back of Rian. Rian, one of those young fellas is just like, oh, if I can keep this bloke off my back, I'll be right. But, yeah, look, has he got some pressure or what? Man, that is close.
Yeah, he is on it, absolutely on it. The times are good.
Do you think Rian's waiting for Brown to go in? Or, like, do you think they're both waiting? They're going, oh, look, no, you first. No, you first. You know? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, look, I think at this point in time, I reckon Rehan's definitely got a race distance strategy mapped out, and probably didn't factor to have the pressure. He probably would have liked to maybe run a little bit closer and longer with Zach Retro White. However, this is the car that's been dealt, and he's just got to deal with the pressure now, and we know he can deal with it incredibly well. He's a very, very talented, fast young racer. And William Brown seems to be up to the task at the moment. So
very much so.
But yeah, no. Further back, obviously, Pepperell's an interesting one. This is a fight back. This is coming back from adversity in lap 1, turn 1. Really just forgotten about that moment and pressed on, and it looks good. The car's got good pace. Pepperell last lap around was a 9.5 with the best of a 9.0, so he's lapping very, very consistent at the moment and looks comfortable. Good battle once again. Banks, Bradbury still in it, as well as Scotty McKenzie as well. Fraser Clegg in there. And Edgar not too far away from those boys as well, so good to see.
Yeah, that little group of cars there, that was like, and it still is a big chunk of the field. When you look up to, I think it's Gunstone leading that. Oh, it goes even further than that actually. It's Stone Street leading that pack of cars there. J-Man in 6th position, all the way back to Clegg here. So a big train of cars still that have pretty much stayed in touch the whole race. Even though I think a few of those guys. Okay, so who's pit stopped? Yes, so all those guys are pit stopped. So nice work.
Yeah, now the overall race time at the moment, I've got to say though, Davo, and the lap time. Oh, Racho White backs it in. I was just about to talk about him, and maybe that's a little bit of commentator's curse, but that thing couldn't have been any more sideways, Davo, I tell you. Fully backed that car in. And I was basically going to I was calculating his lap times. Best lap time of a 38.0, last lap round of 38.7. 37 and a bit seconds off the lead of the race. We know that it takes basically around 40, well, we could call it 46 to 49 seconds to transit the lane. So comfortably going to come out of this one post pit stops. Still with a good margin, but certainly needs to drive the car straighter than what I just saw.
True that. As we again sneak into that roof cam of William Brown there, J-Man. And I don't know whether anybody else heard that audio. It sounded like he was almost in neutral rolling down.
I've heard it a couple of times. I have heard it a couple of times, and it's a trait that I picked up when we were broadcasting in Division 2. And seem to do it. They, I don't know, it's something to do with maybe the clutch and the downshift, but maybe it just eases up that downshift on that rear axle, Davo. But I have heard it again tonight as well. So good pick up there, mate.
There it is again. He's literally rolling behind Rian down into 1 in the braking area. Getting under the rear wing of the Mustang and rolling behind it before he goes into the braking area there, J-Man. Is this the strategy move? Is this Brown conserving fuel here? Even if it's a litre or two, it can make the difference, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So there you go. You clearly hear it there a couple of times. Dutch in the pit lane, J-Man.
Yeah, gets that one done, and that was a 13.6. So, now let me just have a look at the data on that car. We are approaching 27 and a half odd minutes.
Yeah, and I just noticed, is that Stone Street? I thought he'd already been in the pit lane, so is he doing his a little bit of a back-to-back?
That's the second pit stop for Stone Street.
There you go. So that's the first of the second pit stops there. So again, he's really throwing some strategy in here. The car doesn't look damaged. Not showing up with any crash data on our stuff here, J-Man. So there you go. Interesting. Troy Stone Street, and he's up there in the top end of that mid pack there, J-Man. So this could make the difference here. Who's he just popping out in front of there, just quietly?
So I'm not sure, but the leaders now to the lane: Leonard, Brown, Jones.
Spade,
and this is going to give Retro White his opportunity to take the lead back. But it'll be a battle on pit road, I believe, Davo, between William Brown and Rehan. And this is going to be a fascinating one.
They're in, yep.
Rehan off the jacks early, slightly earlier than Brown. Retro White, I can see him sail on by down to turn 1.
Yeah, even with that big drift that you were calling before. Oh, Brown deep into 1 there. Both of them were actually looked a little bit awkward, even for Rian there. So I'm sure just seeing Zach just roll on past them there. There was some urgency about their exits there, but yeah, nice work from both of them. Brown has got some work to do, J-Man, though, hasn't he? Definitely lost time in the pit lane there.
Yeah, and we know that Rehan traditionally is very, very good on a cold tyre if he chose to take one. I suspect one of the stops definitely be fuel only, and then the other one would be a tyre. Based on what we just saw there, 12, 11, 12, 3, 13, 7, 30. Look, I think for me, Stone Street's 14, 2. Yeah, look, I think not real sure on who's taken what at this point of time, but I think Brown's still in touch, though. He's still there. I mean...
Oh, he's definitely there, Jay, man. He lost that momentum. It will, no doubt, it'll come back. But the first stop for these boys, they still have another compulsory pit stop to do before this end of this race. We are only just 5 minutes over halfway. We're not even, are we? Oh, we're only 3 odd minutes over halfway.
Yeah,
so,
it's still effectively 15 minutes of track time before the pit window closes too, Davo. So just consider that. It's not right to the end. They've got to work it out. So,
yeah,
as we see, it looks like Banks coming in for his second stop.
It is. And look how quick these guys roll into that pit lane.
It's incredibly quick.
It's Mackenzie also in behind him, J-Man.
Yep.
I think Mackenzie already done his stuff. So this is the second stop for Mackenzie as well.
Yep, Stage Street, Jensen Bade, it's showing 2, but I think Bade's got 2 because of the drive-through as well. So
Yep.
expect Bade to come in for another one. So it's just maybe a night it's got away on him. But also Mackenzie, Banks, Fitz. Sorry, mate.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Replay mode. Rian literally just got off the throttle, almost looked like he pushed the clutch in and let Brown pass there.
Okay, so that's a long time battle, first time caller really, as Will Brown goes through on Rayan. I didn't expect to see that. We're just talking about he was in touch, but maybe something, Rayan playing to a fuel number or something going on there.
So there you go.
So Michael Gunstone, remember Michael Gunstone went incredibly early. Oh, well, not incredibly early, but certainly one of the first to go, if not the first to go for his first pit stop.
Yes.
Still only done one, about to come in for a second. Last time in the lane was in on lap 6, comes in for the second stop on lap 20 of a scheduled...
Who's that behind him, Bradbury?
Well, it's time, so...
Jeez, Bradbury only just got that stopped.
Yeah.
It's coming in well on. So a few of these boys hit the pit lane. So double tapping it, J-Man. Okay.
Yeah, I think Rayhan's fuel saving here, mate. I'm just picking up some throttle traces and some stuff going on, and I just wonder whether he's on a little bit of fuel saving mode here. Might be playing towards the back end of this race. Will Brown maybe going for a slightly different approach and just getting right up it.
That was weird. I can't even see the overtake on my friggin' data here to go back and replay. So I don't know what's going on there.
So let's call it, Davo.
Yes.
First of the two stoppers.
Yes.
Is Troy Stone Street. Okay, now Troy is currently sitting P11, and he is around 1 minute and 5 off the lead of the race. We know it takes somewhere around that, general idea of 45 to 50 seconds to get one of these stops done if it's maybe with the transit and the jack time. So he's certainly looking good for the back end, Troy, if he keeps his rhythm up. He's obviously opted for that strategy to get them done relatively close together.
Where does that put him though, J-Man? What did you say? 15 seconds after everybody else does their pit stop. He's going to come out in like 4th or 5th or something, isn't he?
I think because his potential on for, I think somewhere around Andrew Dutch is my call. Yeah, somewhere around Dutchy. As we see now more movement, that's Russell Pepperell, Shane Edgar, Daryl Callaghan, all getting their second stops out the way as we see Edgar leaves the lane. As I think that's Callaghan goes to the jacks. Yellow flag for Mackenzie. That might be a bit of a slowdown there or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, slow down. He's slowing well and truly early on the front straight. That'll be negate some sort of track infringement.
Yeah, so that could have been the Rian issue as well, J-Man.
Potentially.
With a slowdown.
Although you look at the margin now, William Brown to Rayhan, that is definitely not what we're used to seeing. He is now 2.7 seconds behind Brown.
Yeah, I wonder whether it's a strategy thing, fuel load. Now, we did see Brown, and we caught it on camera there, with Brown, what clearly looked like conserving fuel behind Rian. And, maybe this is coming into play now. Okay. Jones. Jones in touch with Rian as well, a J-Man.
Yeah, so just watching the throttle chases and stuff going on in Rihan's car, just sure. But yeah, definitely the RPM trace isn't consistent looking to some of the other guys. It's just nowhere near full throttle at times, looking from where I'm looking. But yeah, I could be wrong, but it looks like he's in some sort of management mode here. There's Antoon now to the jacks to take his second stop. Gets that done, 20.4 on the jacks. So I suspect this is the back end, these guys opting for a tyre for the run home. So lap 22, about to embark on lap 23 in this 55-minute feature. And last time in for Retro White was lap 9. And he's just going to come up and round up Antoon down into 1, or is he? It's going to be incredibly tight through the exit of 1. I think Antoon will fight this too much. As you mentioned, Dave, Ryan Jones starting to make some inroads into the back of Rehan. Just looking at the lap times there.
Yep.
Rehan, last lap 3 was a 1:39.5.
Yep.
Versus a 38.7 for Jones, so well off the pace at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We've got our Dutchy and Clegg in the pit lane in the background as well. There, J-Man. So those second rounds, let's see. Let's see who's done the 2 stoppers here. So it's only Zach, Will, and Rian that haven't. Oh, actually, and Jones, of course, that haven't stopped for both their compulsory pit stops. So it's only a matter of time. The one we wanted is, where did Dutch and... Oh, there you go. There you go. So that was the stop we wanted to see. There's Dutch coming out, and it's put him behind Stone Street, J-Man.
Yeah, so right about where we thought. And I'll tell you what, sorry, mate, I couldn't take my eyes off of Ryan Jones and Rehan back to the pit lane. So Rehan for his second stop, and I just feel like that was a real management mode there or something. He just bled a lot of time out of the overall race distance there, or race time, so to speak, if you're looking at putting a full 55 together. That was, yeah.
It's all 4 of them, isn't it? That a whole lot of them have come in.
Yep, they're in.
All together.
Yep. So it'll be interesting on jack times here. You know,
here we go.
Retro White versus Brown versus Leonage.
I think Zach's got the lead, so I'm going to watch out of the rear wing of Zach's car here. What's this?
17.2 on the jacks for Zach, 15.5 for Brown, and a 17.1 for Rehan. So very, very similar. I mean, obviously Brown's slightly racier on the jacks there, so hopefully he's not fuel sensitive at the back end of this one. We saw him saving early, but certainly not saving anything in the middle stint compared to Rehan. So Dutch, as you mentioned, Troy Stone Street, good battle, good drive. And for me, Russell Pepperell, he's just in the back of shot there. I think this is a gritty drive, commendable one for
Pepperell.
For Russell, Davo.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. As Dutch really goes to work now on Troy Stone Street.
Yeah, look, I don't know. It's just, I didn't think Dutchy had much more pace than Stone Street. They just haven't actually been together on track that much throughout the race yet. Oh, well, here we go. Stone Street left it open for him too, mate.
Yeah, I think he just tuned up too fast. Looks like he's just got a little bit more pace at the moment as we see Jones now comes to the late. And this is an interesting one because this is the one that's going to play out, I think, with Rehan here. Because
for sure.
This is where he sort of race back, depending on the fuel load that he's got to take. He was in for 13.7 seconds last time round when he made his first. So it's going to be interesting to see what this one, the counter is on. Rayhan is on the front straight. Retro White will go flying by. He will hear the dulcet tones of that V8 just swing on by as he goes 15-4. I think this is going to be an easy pass for Rayhan, but he is going to be there.
He's going to be right there, actually. J-Man, as we just get off the top of Rayhan's car there.
Ooh,
this is going to be
it's not
side by
as
side
easy.
into one. And it is definitely side by side. Jones will want to contest it. Cold tire or not. That has gained him a position. If he can hang on to it, he's got to make it live there, J-Man. Oh, look how close that is.
Oh, that was tight. Now, did Rayhan get a slowdown for that? He was off the track, or was he okay? I reckon he's okay.
Let's get a replay of it.
Good, tight stuff.
From the chopper, Rhea making it live on the outside through the kick there, J-Man. It's not a bad effort, is it?
It's a great effort.
So nice work from the boys there. Definitely takes two to tango when working in confined spaces like that. The boys did an awesome job. So there you go. Everybody done their 2 stops, as you can see there on the totem, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get the gaps up now so you can see how far apart everybody is. And Zach Ray White clearly with over 5 seconds to the next car in William Brown. In second position in one of the 888 cars, Rian in third after a little tiny little battle between the GAMAFLARE Supercars NZ Mustang and the Chevy of Ryan Jones, now running in 4th position. That race is not over, J-Man, I suspect, between... No. So,
Mackenzie with a run too, Davo, and Robbie Bradbury. This has been going on for a little bit, just as you be just...
We're just rolling
through the grid there.
Yeah, definitely. Dutchy sneaking past Stone Street there again after the pit stops. Sort of equalised a little bit of a battle going on there. Now, Stone Street has Pepperell, the recovering Russell Pepperell, after a lap 1 T1 incident, coming back through and currently running in 7th. Then you've got Banks and Bradbury and Mackenzie. I think this is the little battle you were alluding to.
Yeah, big move down to 1 for Mackenzie. It didn't quite come off, but man, he really put it on. It was a good effort, a good try, and he's just trying to size up Robbie at the moment as Scotty Mackenzie. He's doing a nice job just tucking on the back. Both the guys driving the cars incredibly straight. Now that I've talked about them, we'll probably see the tail hang out, but up to this point, we've been watching them for the last sort of 3/4 of a lap, and man, it's super tight stuff. And fly over the curbs in the back sector here. This is the technical part. This is up 312, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, it's
and
just...
who's that on the seat? Fraser Clegg. Where did he come from? He was always there, but just makes his presence felt. As he tucks right on the bumper now, Scotty Mackenzie shows the nose down to the inside. Going to take a wide line, get good drive off this corner.
And J-Man, if these guys, you know, like keep playing hard like this, the likes of Gunstone and Edgar are going to be right on the tail of this before the end of this race. So, again, this train of cars has literally been together for the whole race. It's the race, although the gaps have varied slightly. That is Fitzy actually in the background as well, chasing those boys. But
big move here, big move. The team cars, Shane Edgar down the inside of Gunstone.
He's got it done.
Yeah. Didn't even lick that stamp.
Here we go. Yeah, look. I think team orders. It's just like, hey bro, it's my turn out in front. It's like, yeah, okay, you go.
Look at this trio just ahead of them there. Fraser Clegg.
Oh yeah, no, this is on.
There is a line. There is a line on the outside here.
There is Kenny, make it stick, and look at Mackenzie. Even Bradbury just looked all sorts coming out of the corner. Mackenzie, even compromised by Clegg, actually gets the run out of there. Unbelievable. Clegg's on. Clegg's going, mate, I'm here.
Beautiful stuff. Gets it done.
Wow.
So all of a sudden, Scotty McKenzie mounting an attack on Bradbury finds himself being attacked by Fraser Clegg, who gets the job done and goes to work now on the back of Robbie Bradbury. You can see Stephen Banks just exiting turn 16. There's still plenty to play for. This is the 10. Gets himself in the 10 with Fraser Clegg in the 46.5 minute of 55. So I believe that was probably the cue I heard a little earlier, maybe pits closing. So I presume everybody's got it done, Davo. Just checking the list. Yeah, everybody done their pit stops. And the car's out of breath down the front straight down to one.
Clegg on Bradbury.
Yeah, look, that one's a tough call. I think there could have been a movement under brakes there.
Well, we're going to get a very good look at it right now from the chopper. These guys playing for keeps. You were just talking about the time winding down. And it was on immediately. It's like they heard you, brother.
Well, I tell you what, race control already knows about it.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. So, just look at that. That is Clegg, McKenzie, Edgar, Gunster, Bradbury, Fitzy a little bit further behind, but just that group of cars there. That's the mid-pack, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13th. Jones dropped off the back of Rian. Once out of the pits there. Really doesn't have the pace for him at the back end of the race here. J-Man Brown looks like he's got this covered. We've only got about 7 minutes to run. Zach easily leading this race. 8 seconds. You can see it clearly on the totem there, ladies and gentlemen, on the left-hand side of the screen.
See it on your graph. Well, I can see it on my graphic, Davo. Black flag for Fraser Clegg.
Oh,
that
no.
car wasn't moving under brakes, and drive-through penalty goes the way of the 37 car. Lap 29 here.
No.
So that is unfortunate. Yeah, Scotty McKenzie, Shane, Edgar, Michael Gunstone, and potentially Robbie Bradbury. I think the car in question will definitely going to get that spot back because proximity-wise, I think that's how it's going to play out.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
But hey, one thing that has come up on my radar is obviously the 2.5 second deficit Ray Hahn is to Will Brown, but the lap times for me last lap around, we're going to get another read on it. Last lap round, it was a 39.3 for Brown and a 38.5 for Ray Hahn. He was the fastest car on the circuit last lap round. Once again, we see it now, 39.0 for Will Brown and a 38.8 for Ray Hahn. So he is closing that gap down. Time is running out, a little over 5 minutes left to run in this one, literally, and he's got to chew into that gap. Sits at 2.5 seconds. Zach Ratcho White put in on an absolute clinic once again. He's got 7.5 seconds over these two lads here, so he's done absolutely everything right in this one. But Pepperell Stone Street, that is a fantastic battle forming towards the back end. That's 6th and 7th.
Yeah, look,
very tight out there.
Pepperell, I'd suspect. Oh, where is he? Who is that just going through the pit lane now? Oh, so that's Clegg.
Fraser Clegg.
Okay, so these boys are already in front of him. But Clegg going to lose positions to Antoon. And I think that's Callahan as well, J-Man.
Yeah, Bade likely probably going to get it. Well, potential. No, he's a little further back as Bade. He's had a rough night.
Yeah, he's had a tough
used
night,
to seeing Bade a lot at the other end of the field, somewhere like this. Not basically last, but yeah, well up the grid. So good to see him dig in though. But this gap now is Andrew Dutch with the meatball flag, and that's an engine
blown
gone.
the engine. J-Man.
Stone Street, and everybody behind him at this point is to grab it.
There it is.
An easy one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the black smoke is very... So, you can't tell me Dutchy wasn't trying hard, J-Man.
Yeah, I feel like that's the second engine of the night too. I feel he got lucky in the last one and managed to get it on the pit lane and drag himself out of drama. But that one there is terminal as well.
And he is dragging that thing back into the pit lane, J-Man. Not sure what they can really do with that apart from just I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. Dutch in the pit lane. J-Man, look, I've got pat on the back for Stone Street, holding out the likes of Russell Pepperell. No disrespect, Troy, but Pepperell definitely in recovery mode and probably with the red mist on. And look, Stone Street's he's got him at the moment. I don't want to leave the cameras on too long and praise him too much. Because we don't want to give him the commentator's curse, J-Man. But nice work from Stone Street. Pepperell in tow. And Pepperell with a very good recovery. So you just have a look at this. Actually, we'll bring up the gains. Right? So the gains for...
Stone Street, very good. 6 spots.
There you go. So Stone Street's gone up 6. Pepperell pretty much went to the back of the pack and has climbed back to be only 1 position less than what he started at. Hence why he's so keen to get past Stone Street.
I reckon he's a shot at finishing where he started here. He is mounting an attack. But talking about successes, Stephen Banks up 5 spots. Shane Edgar up 7 spots. That's a fantastic drive. Antoon has had plenty of action throughout this race. He is actually up 4 spots. So big losers clearly at this point. Andrew Dutch and Jensen Bay down 10 spots. Respectfully as well. So tough night for those boys, but some good movers and shakers, namely at the moment for the Stone Street and Shane Edgar. Really, really good performances in the longer format. It really gives us something to think about. Obviously, we'll get back to some sprint racing in the coming weeks, but yeah, pretty cool to see. And Ray Hahn close that gap down. What is it? 1.92 seconds. I think he's going to run out of time here. Brown is doing enough, and made just under 4/10 the last one, but needs to do more. As you picking up on the Pepperell Stone Street battle. It's a hard one to take your eyes off, isn't it, Dave?
It was. And I was just saying, we were just trying to pick up on how much throttle pickup Stone Street got out of one there. It just lit the thing up, trying to get that momentum and get that car moving forward again. Pepperell.
So Retro White, Davo, 4 minutes and 15 seconds crosses the line, so the white flag is out.
Oh, okay, there you go.
One more. This will be the last lap for him. So the guys behind still yet to complete this lap have got one more, and that'll be music to Pepperell's ears as he trails Troy Stone Street very, very closely up there. Even Ray Hahn will just like the fact that it's one more lap that maybe a mistake from Brown might close that margin, but at this point in time you would think the podium is set. Retro White, without question, unless there's a fuel issue or something, has definitely got this one in the bag at 9 seconds. 1.9 seconds the difference between Brown and Leonage.
Oh, Pepperell unforced pinches the rears. Oh, it was bloody Stone Street.
Locked the rears on the way in.
Oh no.
Made it easy for Russell.
No.
Scotty McKenzie.
There we go. On the replay, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is.
Took the inside line too, so shallowed up his exit. Russell out on the high line wide, made him have to go tight.
Oh no. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to congratulate now with the headlights are flashing at J-Man. Zach Radaway White here. Good on you, Zach. Round 8 in the SCNZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series, J-Man. Again, a masterclass.
Yeah,
just a masterclass. Here it is. Will Brown and Rian Leonage rounding out the rest of the podium. Ryan Jones, stellar effort from Ryan, actually, to be honest. Chasing those boys all the way to the end. Here comes Pepperell. Finished where he started after all that jazz. Troy Stone Street up 5 positions.
Oh, look at this.
From his
Gunstone
starting
Edgar.
position. We got Banks, McKenzie, Edgar, and Gunstone. It is on. It is a freaking drag race between the brothers.
No, it's an old school formation finish is what that is.
Oh.
100%. Beautiful, boys.
I see what's going on there. Nice work, boys.
Yeah.
Nice work. How it's going. Robbie Bradbury in the background. So that was Edgar and Gunstone, 9th and 10th, respectively. J-Man, Gunstone rounding out the top 10. Robbie Bradbury in 11th. Blake Fix across the round. He's had he's had a tough night. And Toon as well in 13th. Here comes Callahan and Clegg and Bade. And they are just coming in just in front of Andrew Dutch, J-Man. So plenty going on down the back there. But Zach White just getting around for another lap just to wave to the fans, just quietly, I think. And rightly so. So nice work from Zach White. J-Man, what's going on? We need to talk to people.
Yeah, well, look, we'll just wait for them to turn up in the waiting room. I'm sure they're just taking the gloves off and just organising themselves and getting ready for the podium once again. It's almost a pretty usual trio. We're used to catching Zach last of the night, and certainly Rehan, no stranger. I feel like he's got an embroidered logo on one of the seats here as well. Very, very consistent performances. And William Brown, won't be the first time we've talked to him either, and he's certainly put his name in the hat with the performances like that. He was clearly, right from the onset, he really chased down Rehan at the opening stint, and they got a little bit separated through the pit stops, and then that middle sector, I'm curious to talk to Rehan about what happened there, whether that was a miscalculation, a little bit of fuel saving or something was going on there, but yeah, it was certainly not what we're used to seeing. Rehan normally very, very calculated.
Well, we are going to get the chance. We are going to get the chance right now, aren't we, J-Man? You have...
Yep, got him.
12 minutes. Less.
Welcome,
11.
Rehan. You got us on comms, mate? Copy, Rehan.
Hello.
Hey, mate. Congratulations. P3 tonight. And look pretty tough out there. And I guess to start with, obviously, congratulations. But I have a couple of questions. Obviously, stint one, yourself and William Brown out there, literally very, very close for the opening stint. And then, obviously, with 2 compulsory pit stops, looked to be relatively meat and drink at the first one. But any complications in between the first and the second there? It just looked like you're in fuel saving mode or something was going on. Was everything all good, or was there a bit of a plan to that?
Yeah, it was first stop. We just didn't take the tires. In hindsight, maybe should have. I think we were a bit over the halfway mark at that point, but it is what it is. Overall, I think not a bad race, and I think the pace was decent, but just that mistake in quali was what put us in the position we were in.
Yeah. So tough out there. Obviously, we talked about Fuji circuit being quite wide and open flying, but still some nervous moments in the back sector. Rehan just really, really tricky up through 13, 14, 15. Just to really just try and keep those things on the razor's edge of adhesion and balance there, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first sector is by far the easiest one, and then it just gets harder and harder from there. Not much grip around the middle section of the track, and also that one corner at the end of sector 2 with a big curb. gets the car going. But it's a good fun track overall.
Yeah, and look, one of the passes of the night, Rayhan's definitely got to go your way. The outside move at turn 6, got to just applaud you on that one. It was a beautiful move, and I don't know if you can remember it, but it was well executed.
After the pit stop
after the pit stop, yeah.
Yep, it was just about that, having faith in Ryan Jones there, and I think we both got through that pretty cleanly, and it was the best outcome.
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful, beautiful pass, mate. And hey, look, well done. As per usual, mate. Good opportunity to thank your sponsors, Rayhan, and well done tonight.
Yep, I'd like to thank GAMAFLARE, Matchfit Entertainment, the Broadcasting Lounge, Sky TV Channel 83, Hybrid Racing Simulations, obviously the other Phoenix guys helping out, and you guys for putting on the show.
Awesome, well said, mate. Well done. Looking forward to next week already, Rayhan.
Cheers, see you next time.
There you go. There's Rayhan from P3. And I tell you what, the next guy in the booth managed to get it in at P2 and looked comfortable in the end. But really, really gritty drive at the start. Chucked onto the back bumper of Rayhan and just really set out. Will Brown, you got us on comms?
Yeah, mate. How's it going?
Mate, wow, bloody good actually. You really put on a treat for us tonight. The intent was there right from the get-go. You got a great start in the race and really tagged on to the back of Rayhan, and look to have your strategy locked in tonight, mate. Look really, really comfortable in P2.
Yeah, car felt great. I've had pretty good pace here throughout the week, which has been really good. Just got into a groove. Knew my tyre life was pretty good, so I felt like it was worth taking the risk of going for tyres early and seeing if I could try and run away from him. And yeah, it worked out in the end.
Turns out that was the call, right? That was, just talking to Rayhan, and if he could have probably run it back, and he may have mirrored that strategy, because I think all the pressure that you put on at the start was really, really good, but the hard work was done when you took that tyre and really made that middle stint really work for you. And we saw him close the gap down to maybe a couple of seconds at the back end, but it looked like it was all management mode from there and mirroring the times. So he was maybe getting you by 2 to 3 tenths at times, but I think at that point you had the gap managed. Well,
yeah, I think he was struggling to keep the fronts in the right temperature window a bit, especially like when he was going flat tack, and I think that kind of played into it in the end. He was catching me by a lot when he first had the fresh tyres, but it tailed off pretty quickly.
Yeah. And so coming into a round like this, William, like how much, different, obviously from last week to this week, how much focus goes into the setup with obviously this circuit, a lot of different natures, a lot of off-cambered blind cresting hills in sector 3. Is there a bit of frustration in the setup of the car, or you pretty much got a baseline you're going to work from for a Tuesday night coming here?
Yeah, we had a pretty good baseline. Like for me, the setup felt pretty good, pretty much straight out of the box. And it was more just dialing in the driving, just making sure not to overdrive a lot of those entries, just to kind of keep the tyre nice and happy, and doing my best to save some fuel when I've got a bit of draft to work with.
Yeah, nice. And we thought we may have seen a little bit of fuel saving in stint 1 behind Rayhan, mate. Is that correct? Yeah,
definitely. Got to save anything I can. I need every advantage I can to have a chance against him.
Yeah, well done tonight, mate. P2, and it looked solid. Looked like it was, honestly, like there was times there it looked like it was yours all night. So congrats when you're going up against someone like Rayhan and Zach. We know what performance it requires. So well done, mate. And look, if you want to give your sponsors a shout out, mate, to all your supporters, now's your chance, and thanks heaps.
Yeah, thanks to the team, sponsors, 888 Excavation and Landscaping, Hybrid Racing Simulations, GAMAFLARE, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Aramax Heatherton, Bubbles and Balloons, and Phoenix Driver Development.
Well said, mate. Well done, and well done on the performance, Will. Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. There you go, and cometh the man, cometh the minute. This guy's probably showered, ready to check out and go to the next one, or maybe get ready for bed, because it was a pretty dominant victory once again in the end. Zach Racho White, you got us on comms?
Yeah, mate. Gotcha.
pretty meat and drink tonight for you out there, mate. Didn't look like at any point. I think I called a second on lap 1 was the lead and just built on that. And look, probably interested to know what the strategy call was. We obviously heard from Rehan, didn't take a tyre in stint 1. Will did. Looked like doing the tyre in the first stint was the way to go. Which way did you play it, mate?
I didn't take tyres in the first stop. I think I kind of learnt my lesson from Rehan in VIR, so he kind of schooled me with the strat there. So I think I played something not quite the same, but something similar. Just didn't take a whole lot of fuel in the first stop. And yeah, the car pace is there, so I could manage a decent pace while, you know, still managing tyres and whatnot. So it played out. I didn't think I really needed to take tyres, like, you know, to maintain a gap or whatever. But yeah, the car pace really kind of carried me there. I was driving like an absolute bot halfway through. I think I nearly half spun myself and got a 2.5 second slowdown. So I was like, having a mare.
Yeah. I was just starting to pump your tyres up, Zach, and I was sort of just a bit half conversation in with Davo about the averages, the lap times that I've been seeing you play, and what it was taking to a pit stop, and about to really just spruik, you know, the race run.
He was.
And then you tipped into the right-hander, threw it sideways. I don't even know how you managed. That would have been on the lock stops, and you managed to not do a full rotation. Obviously, it cost you a bit, but you pressed on, and like literally 600 metres later, it looked like nothing had happened. But look, on a scale, I'm curious to know from yourself, you know, when we get to Fuji on the calendar, a rate of difficulty on this track. You know, we kind of went into it, we're both big fans of this racetrack, and I kind of thought that it would suit the supercar, maybe through Sector 1 and most of Sector 2, and Sector 3 being a little bit tricky, trying to get all that non-traction control horsepower down. But does it rate as a difficult circuit?
Yeah, I think it does. It's hard because it's almost two tracks in one, with the high speed nature of the first sector and the really slow fiddly stuff at the end. It's quite hard to come to a compromise and something you're actually happy with. So I think I've figured something out with the car, which I'll probably use at other tracks too. So
awesome. Look out, here he comes. I mean, if he wasn't already a dominant force, here he is. So, hey, look, mate, well done on another just truly dominant performance in what is still a very, very, very good field. Division 1 is, you're making it look easy out there at the moment. So, congrats to you, mate, and opportunity to shout out your supporters and your sponsors.
No, the same as always. The guys at Eclipse, of course, they know who they are, and I'll just keep it short and sweet like last week. And thank you guys, and head on my way.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're a bloody legend. Awesome, Zach. Appreciate the chat, mate.
See you guys.
See you, mate. There you go, Davo. Hopefully I haven't run over time. Hopefully I've left you a little bit to pay the bills.
We do, thank you. Yes. And a good thank you for breaking it down with the boys there, J-Man. Always good to chat with the guys, isn't it? Post-race like this, they've still got a little bit of adrenaline popping, and we really do get some insight, don't we, on what's been going through their heads throughout the night. So definitely worthy of the conversation with these guys, but we are time limited, unfortunately. I've only got about a minute to go, and so we're going to thank everybody. We're going to thank all of our viewers, obviously online and at Sky 83, for joining us here for the SCNZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series Round 8 from Fuji, ladies and gentlemen. We are off to, I can bring up a graphic actually just quickly so you can see what's coming up next. It's Brands Hatch. It's going to be friggin' awesome. And, oh look, a couple of things. Sign up for the Supercars, the SCNZ Porsche Cup Series. That is currently running. Round 1 only last week delivered more than 40 cars on track. You definitely want to get involved with that, so scan that QR code. I'm only going to give you a few more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Scan this QR code as well and go in the draw. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you too could win all of that kit just by scanning that QR code there. and free sign-up. Terms and conditions do apply, but thank you, GAMAFLARE, Supercars NZ. Obviously, Matchfit involved with that one as well. That's the only place you can get that QR code is on one of our streams. Mozza and SimBlacks as well. Big shout out to SimBlacks for coming on board with that. We are going to leave you now, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, viewers. Thanks, Sky83. Thanks, GAMAFLARE. Thanks, Supercars NZ. Thank you, Allports. And thank you, viewers, for joining us. And we will see you next week at Brands Hats. Bye for now.